Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam. Young scientist, Muslim scientist, engineer, doctor, what should I do if I come across a new discovery finding during my investigations? What do you mean, what should you do? You document it? This is no, you know how to do science, right? Didn't they teach you what to do? You write it down, write a book, get rich. It said, so that I should not be like the modern speculators without hidayah. If you find anything, whatever it is, don't worry about it. Put it out there. Try to disprove Islam. Go ahead. Many people have. Let me explain something to you for those that didn't know this. There are 6,237 proofs right here. Proofs called ayah. Ayah means proof. That's what it means. Evidence. Every single verse of the Quran is an evidence. I talked about the first two giving guidance to people in this year alone. There's no guidance except from Allah, but He said that this book guides. How did He say it? Because what did you ask for? What do you ask for in the Quran? When you open the Quran, it's too amazing how all of this flows together. As a Christian looking at the Bible, I used to be really impressed with a verse from Jesus saying, seek and you'll find. Ask and it will be given to you. Knock and it will be opened. The only thing I couldn't figure out, what's the opening? What is the opening? What's the opening? What is the opening? What is the opening? And then the first time I see the Quran, by the way, I've been warned, don't read their book. Whatever you do, don't read their book. A preacher told me that. So I had one about this size, you know, and I wasn't going to touch it. Oh, well, maybe I'll touch it. So just before I touched it, I said, oh God, save me from any evil in this book. A'udhu billahi min shaitanir rajim. So I opened it up. Actually, I opened it this way. Typical book. And I went, oh, what kind of book is this? Is the end of the book first? I'm like, what is it? The end of the book. What are these people, crazy? Oh, come on, what's that? Then I flipped it this way. There's the beginning of the book. I didn't know Arabic reads that way. I look at it, and just as our brothers that came to Islam, I told you about this year, I read the same thing. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All the praise is due to Allah alone. The most gracious, the most merciful, the only ruler and owner on the day of judgment. You only do we worship, and you only do we seek for guidance. Guide us on the straight path. The path of those that have your favor, not the path of those that have your anger or those that go astray. Now, I took time to read it really slow at the time, and I reread it a couple of times. I said, that's the first chapter. What was the name of it? The opening. And I thought, wait a minute. The opening. Later, I learned from one of the Egyptian scholars, a hadith. He said that Prophet ﷺ said that there was a ayah in Quran that Allah never revealed in any previous scripture. And it's in Surah Fatiha. And it is Ihdina Siratal Mustaqim. Guide us to the straight path. And subhanallah, look how that fits. That's exactly, and I looked, and I know throughout the Bible, because I have a concordance for it, nowhere else does it say that. It doesn't say guide us to the straight path. It doesn't say that. But yet it is implied through the Bible, and when it comes to that subject and it said ask, it'll be given to you. Seek, you'll find. Knock. Al-Fatiha, the opening. And continue. Next chapter, chapter 2, Baqarah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alif Lam Mim. Dhalikal kitabu la rayba fi. Hudal lil muttaqin. It means what? That is the book wherein there is no doubt. a source of guidance for those who believe. So there you want guidance? Right there. But it has conditions, and it continues, and I'll let you read it for yourself. See what the conditions are. Find out what it takes to be guided by Allah. Muslims and non-Muslims alike, you will never be guided by this book unless you meet those conditions. You must believe in al-ghaib, the unseen. Establish the worship, the salah. Pay the zakah from your rizq, as Allah said in the Quran. Believe in what's being sent to Muhammad, the Quran, and also what was sent down before. And believe in the Day of Judgment. And these are the people who are on the guidance of Allah. These are the successful. Right there. By the way, did you notice I said that is the book? Dalik does not mean this. It doesn't say Hada al-Kitab. It says Dalik al-Kitab. That is the book, because this is not the book. The book is with Allah. Fi lawhim mahfud, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.